Hello Internet, and welcome to my live reaction for Eden Zero, Chapter 56. We last left our heroes, what's-his-face, Garrett, sent Shiki and Homura to the deepest part of the mine where they had to fight incredibly powerful stones that when they tried to fight, they couldn't even land a scratch on. It broke Homura's sword, made Shiki's fist bleed when he punched it. And they were nearly blasted by it, and then were nearly killed by even more stones, some smaller ones that showed up. But then Rebecca, with Paul, Happy, and Pino, came in to save the day, and that's where we left off last time. So let's jump right on into Chapter 56, Reset. We're continuing with our Homura backstory cover stories, with Valkyrie now training a fairly, older Homura in the way of her ether gear. So that's cool. We open right where we left off, with Rebecca having come to save the day. Rebecca! Shiki, Homura, are you okay? And the giant stone is, roaring behind them. Pino, and Happy as well. Master is down for the count, isn't he? And Happy from the gun. Aye. And Paul looks at her. And who is... This man's bird, I guess? Told us where to find you. And the bird, chirps. We'll explain later. We need to get out of here. How can you say that? I just made the most super heroic entrance in my entire life. And Paul looks at her. You don't stand a chance against that monster. Monster? It's just a bunch of tiny little bugs. I can't see that from what I'm seeing there. It doesn't look... I don't see it looking like bugs to me, Rebecca. I don't know what you're talking about there. If I look closely, there may be, a couple stones there. I can see, eyes and an antenna. But I don't think it's bugs. But when it roars, Rebecca, first looks a little nervous, and then, just starts freaking out. What is that thing? I only saw bugs before. The Lord of the Mines, Black Rock. No hunter has ever managed to vanquish it. Homura stands up. But we must. Unless I can remove this collar, I cannot move freely in this place. If I defeat that creature, I should obtain enough metal to remove the collar. And all that metal goes straight to Madame Kurenai. I think I read somewhere Kurenai is the official translation's version of the Scarlet Woman. I don't know. I still prefer Scarlet Woman, and that's the translation I've been using. But I can only find the official translation for this one, so that's what we're going with. That makes no difference to me. You wouldn't say that if you knew the truth. And Homura looks back at Paul. Right as Black Rock puts his foot right where Homura was standing, and she, jumps out of the way. She skids and, gets ready for a battle. My mind is made up, and I will proceed. That is what my mentor taught me. And Paul looks at her as Homura readies her broken blade now, which is kind of fitting, given that we saw her first usage of the blade as our cover picture today. Anyway, where was I? Here I am. Homura, your sword! Oh yes, when I attacked it earlier. Can't you make a new one? It would take time. And the Black Rock roars at her again. And, slams its head down at her. Wah! Ah! Wah! Paul, Rebecca, and Pino are sent flying, but Pino has been looking at it. Analysis complete. The scales on its body are black crystal, an ore of extraordinary hardness. Has it no weakness? And Pino does some more analysis. A spot on its back appears not to be as hard as the rest. A large amount of concentrated fire might possibly... Well, if only we had Natsu here. But how do we get high enough to hit its back? If only Master were awake. And Homura turns to her. Jump on my sword, Rebecca. The blade may be broken, but the power of its ether can send you into the air. Okay, but don't let me hit the ground. And she jumps onto the blade, and Homura, pops her up with the blade. I shall catch you, like I would a princess. And Rebecca is now flying through the air. No, I'll never get there. She's not high enough to reach its back. But then, someone else who's maybe a Shiki? I can only see their feet. Oh no, I think might be a Shiki who's giving her an extra push. Because we see there's black shoes and black pants and then white shoes and I don't think any pants because or it might be her socks or something, I don't know. But yeah. Yeah, Shiki's awake. Shiki's awake and is bouncing her up the extra way. You'll make it. Yeah. Shiki, kicks her off, and she goes flying even more. Right as we get an unnecessary panty shot. Hey, hero, what are you doing? Anyway, back to the actual story. There it is. She sees the weak spots. Happy. And then she starts to fall, and readies the happy blaster. Ether bullet, full blast! And she shoots the Black Rock. It roars, it kind of stumbles. Shiki grabs onto something. Magimech attack. Gravity center. It roars again as I think Shiki increasing the gravity on it so that it falls. And its head falls into the ground. Homura! Right. Warrior Maid single sword attack. Snake bite! And she aims for the weak point. As it roars again. It's roaring a lot this chapter. And Shiki grabs Rebecca, not Homura. And Pino smiles, and Homer just stares at it after she's beating it. Everyone kind of grins. Paul is in, like I said, a shock as this light emanates from where she killed the beast. And it kind of has these glowing lights are all around it. Oh, we did it! All the aura in its body is vanishing. It's being sent to Madame Kurenai. And we see on the counter on Homura's neck reaches 0. Beep. It went down to 0. As did yours, Shiki. And we see it beeps and says reset. And goes right back to 100,000. Well, there's our chapter title. Alright. What? It went back to 100,000. What is the meaning of this? That's dirty, Kurenai lady. She was never going to let you go free. Shiki and Homura turn to look at him. Prisoners in the labor district spend their whole lives here, lining Madame Kurenai's pockets. And he runs by with a steel, this time not being a perv, and he takes their necklaces. I can remove these things. I could have escaped here at any time. But I thought we might meet you, so I stayed and waited. And he pulls out the cube that has the truth of Valkyrie. You'll find the truth about Valkyrie on that cube. Meanwhile, we go back to Kurenai's HQ, where she's doing some creepy BDSM shit. As a guy walks in. What is that? Oh, I think that's meant to be maybe Garrett? I think that's Garrett, Nino, and Baku who are walking in. He applied to be my attendant. He was cute, so I thought I'd keep him as a pet for a while. That's disgusting. That's Nino. I wouldn't mind being your pet, is Baku, who's alright. But never mind that. I am furious right now. I've heard that Valkyrie's followers are plotting another uprising. I've found another source of revenue. So let's use the Oculus Kurenai to burn the labor district to ashes. And that's the chapter ends as we see this, winged satellite with a gigantic eye. I'm assuming that's how the Scarlet Eyes technique works. So, alright, this is a pretty good chapter of Eden Zero. I still am a little curious why, we talk about Fairy Tail having fan service, right? But Fairy Tail's fan service is always a character has boobs that are too big. It was never this weird BDSM shit Kurenai's doing. It's never the fucking shit Iliga got up to back on Gilst. It was more in line with, honestly, it was rarely even the panty shot Shiki gets off on Rebecca early, when he, bounces her up to hit Blackrock. It was an occasional, falling into Lucy's boobs or something, and that was really the extent of it. So I guess Hero's gotten even hornier with this series, which is a shame, because a lot of it is really good, and then you'll have, Kurenai and her BDSM pet over here, and I'm like, why? Or Paul ripping off fucking Konosuba with his panty stealing, you know? I don't know. Anyway, on to the actual plot. The fight with the Blackrock is fun, and it's really great to see, all three of our heroes really, playing off each other in good ways in order to, get rid of the Blackrock. Even if it ended up being all for naught, as Kurenai just reset their their counters. And Paul just got rid of it as soon as he could. So, thanks, Paul. That was kind of useless. But it gave us a fun fight, so I'm going to forgive it. And then, yeah, now Homura has what she needs to learn the truth about Valkyrie, which I'm hoping will be next week, I think we're not getting a chapter next week, so I think it's 2 weeks from now. Which will hopefully be before Kurenai blows up the labor district. So we'll see about that. I really love the design of the Oculus Kurenai, by the way. I think it looks really cool in a kind of like sci-fi but kind of creepy kind of way. But yeah, I think that's all I really have for this video, so I'm going to leave this off here. Hope you all enjoyed the chapter and the video itself. If you did, feel free to tell me a like or subscribe or, do whatever makes you happy, And remember, your life is your own, okay? Bye!